episode of Faith Unfiltered, Navigating College as Christians.
Alright, what's up, y'all? My name is Jaquela Sutton. I am a graduating senior, and I serve as you guys' 22nd Mr. Houston Tilson University.
And my name is Brianna Clark, a junior, and I'm serving as the 73rd Miss Houston Tilson University.
I feel like for me, here lately it's been very hard to stay grounded, coming from a lifestyle that was very worldly for a very long period of time, and now being in a position to where that's not more so the case for me anymore. That portion of me has died. So with that being said, I had to stop, surrounding myself around certain people, around certain things. Certain things have limitations. Like I still go to like things like a home night and things of that nature, but I won't drink, I won't smoke or do any things of that nature. So it's a very hard task, but I think once you know you're different and you're on the straight and narrow path of, building that relationship with Christ and trying to make it to heaven, you kind of stay more focused, and it's kind of bittersweet. You suffer a bit. You got to understand, you want to have all these fun by doing these worldly things, but it's not going to be fun if you go to hell, so.
I think to keep genuine friendships in college is really about like surrounding yourself with people that are trying to do the same, that have the same purpose, like trying to stay rooted in God and not like living a sinful life, living for the world. Because when you have a community that is all going for the same thing, you guys will all think the same thing. Because when you're surrounded people that like they might smoke, they might drink, you might also get pulled into that area. Because I remember like my freshman year, I never smoked, I never drank, but I surrounded myself with people that would smoke and would drink. And so at the end of the day, I just started to go with them as a group. But as I got in my faith journey and as I started to grow, I realized I couldn't stay surrounded by those people because at the end of the day, God pulled me away from that. And so I had to continue to grow and continue to find like-minded people.
All right, so as far as for me, I think it's kind of been a new perspective for me. I used to think like, I need to just cut off all the people that were tempting me to do these things and stuff like that. But my perspective changed now, me being put in a community to where, I feel like there's people that's further in their walk with Christ than me. It's helped me grow. It's helped me, some people that I thought, I'd never maybe come in contact with, I've came in contact with, and I built genuine friendships there. But even for the people that have not more so, started their journey or got on their walk with God to where it has eliminated some of the things that it's eliminated for me. I think for me, it's just about boundaries right now. Like my boundaries with them, knowing like, hey, we can kick it, we can chop it, or we can do this, but only for a certain period of time.
Currently, when it comes with dating in college and having a Christ-like relationship, it's hard because you're surrounded by people that might not like think the same way or have the same path as you. But I feel like right now, with me personally, I'm always like looking, but at the end of the day, I want it to be from God and I don't want it to be my own will. So I feel like when I'm more rooted in God than what people think or what I want, I feel like it will eventually just come to me because that's how it should be. That's how it should be in the Bible. So I feel like when I stay more rooted in God, it'll eventually come to me. So yes.
All right, so as far as dating as a Christian in college, I feel like it is very, very hard. And then I think for me, coming from where I was very lustful, where I was very much, you want to say, in the streets or whatever you would like to call it, coming from that past life, I had to understand and realize like right now where I'm at, I'm not ready to date. I'm not ready to do all of these things because I haven't fulfilled and really just know my purpose with Christ. And I feel like I still have many of errors of where like if I were to get in a dating situation now, I can't promise you that I won't have enough self-control, enough strength to walk away from certain things that I know that I don't need to be doing at the moment. And as a Christian man, I've had some great mentors and heard some great things of Christian men, how they hold boundaries. Like I've heard a man, the woman he was courting and things of that nature, like after 10 o'clock, like they have no more conversation because he feels like after that time, there's nothing like just good around those hours. And for me, like, especially in college, like you want to hang out, you want to do all of these things in the late hours. And I just feel like where I'm at spiritually, like I'm just not spiritually strong enough. I feel like I'm in a very vulnerable state. So, coming across people that, it's kind of hard because you don't want to feel like you're condemning anyone. You don't want to feel like you're pushing your spiritual journey on them, or I'm trying to abstain. I wanted to wait until marriage, and they're saying, well, I understand and I respect that, but as far as this for me, this is how it goes. Or I don't want no girl that's showing half her body on the Instagram. Well, you can't judge me, and you're right. Like I can't. But I think it's just very hard right now. Like it is very hard because all of these things that I have gotten away from, that were just like, if I'm being honest with you, like December was my life, is no longer that anymore. So for people to see a change, they're not adjusted to that yet. And I don't think I'm in a place right now to spiritually just be strong enough. Like I think I'm a compromise. So as far as dating and things of that nature, like right now I'm just trying to focus on my will with God.
I would say to my younger self, I would say, what people think of you or how they perceive you doesn't really matter. It's about how God perceives you, because at the end of the day, we're only living for His glory and not for the world. So we want to go for His love, the fruits of the Spirit, and more for Him. I would tell my younger self to, when you went to school and people talking about shoes or what you wear, that don't matter. If I want to wear the same Vans every day, I don't wear the same Vans every day, because it's not about what you wear. It's not about the clothes you wear. At the end of the day, it's about the heart and what you have in your heart. Because at the end of the day, God sees your true heart, your true thoughts, your true meanings behind everything you do, and not what other people think or how they might perceive you. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what the world thinks of you.
So I think for me, what I would tell my younger self, basically the same thing. Like I would tell myself, what others think about you means nothing to God. He's the one with the final judgment. So that's all you should be worried about. But another thing that I would tell myself and younger men, for me, I was a little bit different, and I didn't accept that. I didn't lose my virginity until like after high school. So in high school, it was so normalized to, do this, do that, and I wasn't properly educated on the word, so I didn't understand, and I was speeding up the process of doing all of these worldly things to fit in or to like a pride or ego thing. And us men, we fail a lot at that, having so much pride and ego that we kind of force each other into sin or like worldly things. So if I could go back and tell my younger self, I would definitely go back and tell them, like, just to gain your own understanding and to walk on your own path when it comes to life in general. Even if you haven't figured it out spiritually, you don't have to be consumed into the things around you just to fit in. Because at the end of the day, when you get on the walk now, like as I can see for myself, like I don't fit in with a lot of the things that I used to fit in with, and it's because I chose this path. And you just gotta be okay with that. You gotta be okay with venturing out and finding and being in new communities that you never thought like you and these people would align, or you and these people would click. You might have thought that was corny, you might have thought they were lame and all of these different things, but they had a bigger purpose and they were different in their own ways. And I just feel as if, I'm grateful for going through my trials, my tribulations for sure, because I think going from a freshman down to a senior and finally choosing to pick up my cross every day, to the best possibility that I can, it's definitely a beautiful testimony. But if I could go back and restart and do all of those things over, I definitely would have tried to fulfill my purpose with God further, way further than I did at the time. So I don't know how to begin my thing. This is Faith Unfiltered with Mr. AC.
Little scheme, save her mind, hold her hand.